formally, of course, in Georgia, everybody has equal rights, including men and women, of course. But Georgia is very still a patriarchal country, I would say. It's located in the Caucasus, as you might know, and gender roles are very much differentiated and very accentuated. Like man has to be tough and strong, and woman is supposed to be more maternal, more nurturing, and so and they are very sort of clearly defined gender roles. So I would say household duties in the house. Of course, there is big asymmetry, and of course, women are much more subjugated, and all household work falls on them, whereas men very rarely bother with cleaning or childcare or such activities in the house. There are more alarming serious problems, like there was a recent survey by the UN that concluded that every 11th married woman has been a victim of domestic violence at least once. And what's more alarming is 78% of Georgian women think that domestic violence should stay in the house, like they shouldn't call police or shouldn't make it known to the state. Of course, we have some conservative institutions such as the church that also strongly propagates the idea that women have to be subordinate and man is the head of the family and woman is the body, so to speak, and is supposed to take care and sacrifice herself even to her family and to her children, to her husband. The patriarch of the Georgian church recently even came up with a metaphor that the ideal family is that in which the wife comforts her husband and washes his feet after he comes back from work, and that caused a bit of of course maybe this was a metaphorical statement, but still it caused some uproar among feminist-minded people and groups in Georgia. Of course, there are other areas you can look at where it's absolutely not no equality, such as sexual freedoms. Women, girls are still pretty much required to be virgins when they marry, whereas for men and for boys such a requirement doesn't exist, and it's the opposite. More experience he has, more the better. And of course you have to also consider the social divisions, like in urban areas, in the capital, in sort of richer residences. This is not as noticeable as in more poorer, but women who are poorer, who are lower classes, they are of course much more oppressed from many different layers. Including the sexual freedoms for them is still absolutely non-existent, but sexual freedom is by far not the only freedom. They are very much subjugated under their fathers, their brothers, then their husbands, and then sometimes even their sons. So yes, that's what I would say about this.